Now look, today we have a crazy story coming straight out of New Orleans. 10 inmates actually broke out of the New Orleans Justice Center. 3 of them have been caught and took back to prison, and 7 inmates are still on the run after breaking out of the Orleans Justice Center. And it got a lot of people asking, how in the hell something like this could even happen? I mean, this jailbreak is wild. Look, make sure y'all stick around until the end of this episode because we're going to break down how it happened, the aftermath behind it, and also the ongoing manhunt. Welcome back to another episode of Eyes Low, Belly Full. As y'all know, this marks episode number 47. And of course, before we go ahead and get into this episode, we got to start off with our Zasaga strain of the day. Sour candy. And you already know sour candy has to be an indica dominant habit because that's pretty much all I do over here, Slim. If you got some sour candy near you, go ahead and taste that, babe. Nah, but y'all go ahead and get y'all Zasaga utensils prepared. You already know. Put your ganja goggles on and let's go ahead and dive into it. So here's how it all started. On Friday morning, May 16th, 2025, 10 inmates at the Orleans Justice Center executed a daring escape. And authorities say that the inmates exploited a structural weakness. They pretty much removed the toilets inside of the cells, and there was a hole in the wall behind the toilet, and that's how they pretty much got out. I mean, can you imagine? They pretty much slipped through the pipe chase, got past the loading dock, and pretty much used blankets to pretty much get over the barbed wire fence. They said it was Friday. They said they needed a weekend off. They wasn't playing Slim. They said they'd be back to work Monday. And you know what the craziest thing is about this? The authorities didn't even know they was gone until 7 hours later when they had to do a head count. You feel what I'm saying? That's when they realized the inmates was missing. I mean, they went 7 hours to go pretty much roam the night and figure out where to escape to. They had plenty of time to find somewhere to hide out at. Then they had the nerve to leave writing on the wall above the hole where they escaped at. They had the nerve to leave writing on the wall saying that it was too easy, laugh out loud, and that we were innocent. You pretty much just mocking the system on top of them escaping through the hole. They said it was way too easy, which it was, because most, like, when do you hear about somebody that sound like a real live movie? You feel what I'm saying? Somebody escaping through a hole in the wall in a modern day prison. I mean, 3 of the inmates have been caught so far. That was on the run. 3 of the inmates have been caught, but 7 are still at large. You feel what I'm saying? They looking for the 7 inmates as we speak. And even the sheriff at the jail said this will be even like almost impossible without some type of inside help. You feel what I'm saying? So 3 of the 3 jail employees have been suspended due to suspicion and possibly helping the jail inmates escape. You feel what I'm saying? So a whole investigation is going down to see if they had something to do with these inmates escaping.
The Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office says the prisoners removed a toilet in this cell and cut a hole in the thin wall they could crawl through. The inmates scrawled obscene messages for the guards. One was misspelled too easy. Sheriff Susan Hudson.
They were still able to exit the jail about 1:01 a.m. After breaching a wall behind a toilet in the jail, they were seen exiting a door on the docks where we normally bring in supplies, scaling a wall and running across the interstate shortly thereafter.
The jailbreak wasn't detected until guards did a morning head count 7 hours after the escape. 9 total hours passed before the sheriff alerted the public.
You got to go inside the facility to be able to see. They could have been anywhere. Then we had to first prioritize talking to victims to make sure they were safe.
One inmate was captured hiding under a car in a hotel garage in the French Quarter. Among those on the loose are 3 accused of murder. Derek Groves was convicted in a 2018 Mardi Gras shooting. Police believe the escapees are armed and dangerous.
We do acknowledge there is no way people can get out of this facility without there being some type of lapse in security.
The sheriff's office is laying blame on the city for not funding prison security upgrades, saying they've been asking for help for 5 years. You said you've been asking for money for a long time. How much money do you need at this point?
The locks alone, I believe, are
5.2 million.
Yeah,
just for the locks.
Just the locks.
1.2 million just for the locks.
5.2 million.
5.2. And Louisiana's Attorney General has called this prison break unacceptable, saying that the public should have been notified sooner. John?
And of course, the public is outraged. A lot of people are worried about their safety because a couple of the inmates that escaped have very violent charges, including unaliving somebody. And plus, due to the fact that it took them so long to realize that the inmates was gone is obviously a red flag. I mean, the Orleans Justice Center has been facing problems for years. Overcrowding, understaffing, and infrastructure problems is just the tip of the iceberg. And the jail been operating under federal consent, trying to pretty much, address some of the issues that's going on. But obviously, this situation is far from fixed. And the governor, Jeff Landry, has spoken out, calling for, reforms and accountability. I mean, people are demanding answers, not just why the escape happened, but why the prison wasn't secure enough in the first place to prevent it. And law enforcement is on high alert, searching for the remaining fugitives.
7 inmates are still at large following the Louisiana jail escape. Here's the latest on the situation as of May 18th at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Authorities are still actively searching for the 7 inmates who are still on the run, with no new arrests made since Friday night, according to Louisiana State Police. The 3 inmates who were captured have been transported to a secure state facility. Sheriff Susan Hudson said the escape was facilitated by defective locks at the Orleans Justice Center. She stated that she has continuously raised concerns about the locks, but the facility is yet to receive funding to fix ailing infrastructure. The CFO of the Sheriff's Office said that they are unable to afford a maintenance and service contract to replace locks or fix issues such as broken doors. The Chief of Corrections noted that the Orleans Parish Prison holds numerous high-security inmates convicted of violent offenses who required a restrictive housing environment that did not exist. In addition, authorities have emphasized that they believe someone inside the department assisted the inmates in their escape. It's almost impossible, not completely, but almost impossible for anybody to get out of this facility without help, Hudson said. District Attorney Jason Williams said that the escape represents a complete failure of the most basic responsibilities entrusted to a sheriff or jail administrator. He called out the sheriff's office for waiting multiple hours before notifying authorities or the public of the situation, stating these inexcusable failures have put lives in danger. Officers have worked to identify and provide protection for people whose safety could be at risk, such as those who testified against the escapees or contributed to their incarceration. One family has been removed from their home, officials stated. Louisiana State Police announced on social media Saturday evening that to encourage valuable tips, the ATF, in collaboration with Crime Stoppers GNO, is now offering a $5,000 reward in addition to the $2,000 reward from Crime Stoppers.
They even urge the public to stay vigilant and report any sightings.
This man done made it all the way to the bus stop. He's still on bullet sleep. Let me wake this man up. See? Brother, you alright? Straight? What the fuck? Man, I just was by this man, son. And now they just caught one of the escapees, bro. Caught that boy.
One thing I do know for sure is that this jailbreak has exposed some serious issues within the Orleans Justice Center. You feel what I'm saying? Look, I want y'all to go ahead and tell me what y'all think about this situation. You feel me? How did some inmates escape out of a modern day prison? Do you think it was an inside job, or do you think they just figured out the infrastructure problem? Go ahead and let me know in the comments below. And also, If this video resonated with you, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Go ahead and hit that like button for me. And also subscribe and hit that bell notification for more episodes. I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Peace.